What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters: Dark Cap'n, Telma, Joshua Gare, Canadian Caesar, Kenvara, Jean-Luc Cheritat, OXAL, Colin Young, Ross Lingard, Joshua Lawrence, Kevin, by the way, I'm a girl, Yoda, and Munit D02. Thank you all very much for your support, and if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link below to find out more, and we'll see you there. Netflix. How many people here frequents Netflix or owns Netflix?
Well, I mean, we don't actually have Netflix right now.
Oh yeah, you canceled it for Disney Plus.
Yeah, but
you
don't
frequent
have it, and I don't really frequent it.
Oh, you don't?
I watch The Witcher with you right now, and that's about all I watch on Netflix right now.
fair enough.
we watch The Mandalorian, so there's really
I
nothing
used to
on
watch
Disney
it.
Plus.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to watch it a lot, but it's just kind of like nowadays on streaming services, there kind of has to be a specific thing that I'm looking to watch. Cause
Yeah, Netflix.
if I just go browsing through, like Netflix in particular, actually, their selection fucking blows nowadays.
It's getting
They
pretty
used to
stale.
have all kinds of really good movies. Like, they don't. Like,
Yeah.
they used to have some really good TV shows. They don't really. Like, they have The Witcher. That's the only reason to really watch Netflix right now, in my opinion. But
Well-
it's like, Hulu, usually has at least a decent selection of anime, but they've even kind of gone downhill themselves on, their selections.
well,
too.
it's because more and more services are independent services are popping up from the different for instance,
It's almost more
CBS
lucrative now instead of paying constant subscriptions for stuff. It's just if there's something specifically you want to watch, go find out which service it's on and pay for 1 month of that service to
Right.
watch
But
that.
here's the problem with that now. More and more of these services, instead of doing the bulk release all at once, they're doing weeklies.
Yeah.
Because
That's why if you're wanting to watch it week to week, then just wait until it's all out.
well, yeah, and then
Or
that
if you're not wanting
but
to
that
watch it
presents
week
the
to
whole problem of people just being like, God, but I don't want. But this is the internet, dude. The internet will spoil literally everything for you if you aren't up to date on it. That's just I'm worried about people who are excited for Picard when it comes out. It's coming out early access on its on CBS's streaming service, and people who are waiting for it to come out on terrestrial TV or waiting for it to all be out together, there's just going to be nothing but spoilers because you cannot contain the memes. Because if there's a meme, for instance, the Baby Yoda memes,
Yeah.
there are people who just were like, who the hell's this character? Oh, that's Baby Yoda. Who's Baby Yoda? He's a character in The Mandalorian. Wait, The Mandalorian? Oh yeah, you won't believe it. He's also this, and he's also that, and everyone's just like, shut up, I haven't seen it yet!
Yeah.
And, yeah, but
My whole thing is, if I care about it enough, I would pay the subscription to watch it quickly enough to not have it spoiled for me. But if I'm not that super stoked about it, then I will try my best to avoid spoilers, but if it happens, it happens. And so The Witcher, I'm actually kind of care about it a lot, and I kind of do worry about spoilers, but mostly everybody making memes about The Witcher is just doing things with the
toss a coin to your Witcher.
like the one I shared yesterday.
Oh yeah, the one with
Oh, did you see that?
Like his two,
yeah.
his
Yeah,
two dialogue
I
options.
want to show Micah. And did you see the one I posted?
Maybe.
It was when you're
When you flush
there
the
it is.
toilet at your friend's house and the
did
water
see that.
starts rising. Fuck. 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 Fuck.
Oh, this video's gonna get demonetized.
Also found this. Be the person Uncle Iroh thinks you should be.
Ah,
or
yes.
knows you can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Iroh's a champ, dude. Iroh's a freaking champ. I love the guy. So we've we're here on a weird day because today we were supposed to be out shooting bows and arrows and having fun out in the wilds and
But it's raining sideways. Not really
yeah.
sideways, but
Well,
it's raining a lot.
it's very heavily raining. So originally,
Very moist
Zach
outside.
was just going to come down to, because we couldn't shoot out, bows outside and everything. Zach was going to come down, hang out with us, maybe record some stuff with us. But then that went haywire whenever Zach's starter in his truck went haywire. So, yeah, here we are yet again. Just sitting here in a basement, just talking. Because, for the last 30 to 40 minutes, we've just been sitting here talking geopolitical stuff and reasons why Micah is going to be number one on the America's Most Wanted list from literally every organization.
I just want to live in the woods and have people leave me alone.
Yeah,
which is in fact a crime.
The Appalachian Hill Gremlin.
Yeah,
which is what.
It is in fact a crime to be an Appalachian Hill Gremlin.
Oh yeah, especially if you live in the state of Virginia. Oh God, that whole ordeal. I mean,
it'd be very cool with living in the woods and having everybody leave me alone, except for I need internet to download video games.
Well, you see, that's the thing. Deadmau5 has that. Deadmau5 actually has a full mansion out in the middle of the woods that is so secluded in every direction. It's literally 10 miles in every direction. There's no one but him.
And he still gets internet.
Well, yeah, because he has a ubiquity satellite or little satellite dish thing that receives 10 gigabit internet directly from a private internet company. And in Canada, that's a very impressive thing. But yeah,
that's the only thing is in Canada, it's fucking cold.
Well, it is cold, but at the same time, I mean, I can battle the cold. I can battle the cold and be happy.
If I'm allowed to stay in my cabin all the time and don't have to go to work, I suppose I would be all right with being.
Well, yeah. Cold. Well, keep in mind that's how he makes his living. I mean, he just sits in there, makes music all day, puts it out there for the world to hear, and makes money.
But if it's like -5 Fahrenheit, then I'm.
But inside of your house, it is always the perfect temperature, and your house is big enough, and your house is literally big enough to where you can invite all of your friends over for a LAN party. You can just play video games all day, and then they can each go into their individual rooms and just sleep and do whatever they need to do, and then wake up the next day, come downstairs, and drink from the personal Tim Hortons coffee vendor that he has in his house. He actually has a person live in his house to provide Tim Hortons coffee.
Do they bring Timbits?
That would be balling.
I think.
Oh my goodness.
But I think we've gotten way off topic.
Ooh.
But yeah, well.
Oh, Timbits are always on topic. Whoa.
That was one of my dreams for owning this house, which I don't own it yet.
To have a Tim Hortons vendor?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, unbelievable. But no,
I just want a professional bartender that will give me drinks for free upstairs all the time.
Well,
it's I think I'd like
that's.
I don't know.
The eventual dream.
A shot of Jack and just give me one.
The original idea that I had for whenever I moved into this house was I would have people living in the different rooms and everything else, each doing their own individual thing, and we could just have fun whenever we wanted to. We could play Cards Against Humanity, or we could do live streaming, stuff like that. Because whenever Chad moved up onto the top floor, I'm just like, okay, so Chad he's interested in making videos and everything. He has full creative freedom to make the kind of videos he wants. But then, real life hits for him, and he's got to work a job, and
go to school.
Yeah. Into which Nick, the whole thing with him is he's not moved in officially, but, I pretty much have a bedroom up there ready for him to move in whenever the hell he wants to. By the way, how is that mattress? Is it okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Because I've
only slept on it extremely drunk, so I didn't really give a shit what it was.
Yes, Nick and his Jack Daniels. I saw a big bottle of Jack Daniels he brought in. And very slowly, I've witnessed it just slowly. It's like it's evaporating away.
Well, I didn't drink all of it at the same time, like I usually do, at least, or within a couple.
Well, that's
of days.
good because I think your liver at that point would just be like, "Fuck you," and just.
I just took
over.
3 shots the first night I got it, and I took 3 or 4 shots last night. But I also drank White Claws with it. So take enough shots to get a buzz going, and then I just drink White Claws to keep the buzz going.
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, we got off topic right there, but hey, what do you expect? We're the Renegades. It's kind of what we do. The Netflix series that was so scary for adult James. The TheOdd1sOut did a video on this, and I'm thinking I know which one it is because of the thumbnail. Bird Box, because it's pretty much just James on the thumbnail.
Bird Box is a movie, not a series, though.
Well, I guess I don't know, but I I don't know where this is going. All I know is I saw in the thumbnail, so let's see what happens.
And publish. A 23-minute-long movie review about an 80s puppet movie sure is different than the content I usually post. And even though it was a lot of work, it was fun to try something new.
Okay, I thought it was.
think the
I
video
thought it was
turned out
birds.
pretty
I was
good.
wrong.
Am I right, Chamberlain Funko Pop?
Duh.
Well, it's a good thing I'll never, ever have to worry about this franchise ever again. Are you sure about that? When I made a review about a cult classic puppet movie that came out 35 years ago,
Dark Crystal, okay.
the last thing I was expecting was that said franchise would get a reboot announced 2 weeks after I posted. And every single day since then, people have been tweeting at me saying, "Hey James, did you know Netflix is making a Dark Crystal series?"
Yes!
I know. Do you know who you're talking to? If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, then I recommend you watch my video, The Movie That Was Too Scary for Baby James. In that video, I reviewed the Scary Kids movie called The Dark Crystal. The movie was more or less a passion project of Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, and so this movie was
I
done
wouldn't
entirely
say it's a kids
with
movie.
puppets.
It's
it came
not.
out before I was born, but I still somehow watched it and got scarred for life. In
Oh,
my
I love that
review, I
movie.
said some good things about the movie, like I thought it was a very creative and artistic film, but I also said some negative things about it too. As YouTubers, sometimes we forget that our videos are public and can be viewed by anyone. And when we talk about companies, we can forget that real people are attached to those properties who have poured hundreds of hours into these projects. And there's a chance they'll see our videos. And unbeknownst to me, Lisa Henson, current CEO of the Henson Company, saw my video.
Oh, no.
And for some reason, I never considered that was ever going to happen. If I had known that Lisa frickin' Henson was going to watch my video, I probably would have worded a few things differently. I don't think she was too mad at my video, though, because she invited me to tour the Henson office, and I got to see a real-life Skeksis puppet, which resurfaced an unhealthy amount of repressed memories, and I got to meet some of the puppeteers, which was a whole lot of fun. Also, before Age of Resistance was released, I got contacted by Netflix, and they invited me and some other Dark Crystal fans to an early screening of the first 2 episodes, and I signed a non-disclosure agreement so I couldn't spoil anything. I don't remember when that NDA said I was allowed to talk about it again, but hopefully I'm liquid. When I was in the early screening, I just remember thinking about how cool that these characters in this world were back on the big screen. Netflix has a pretty big screen, and the puppetry and cinematography have only gotten better. And the fact that 95% of everything was done with practical effects and puppets, it's beautiful. There's not a single human in this series, except in episode 10 when this puppeteer's head can be seen for a couple frames. I just checked and they actually took it out, so I still saw it. So much time and care and hard work was put into this series that there was a documentary made about how hard it was to make this series. If any of you are wondering, no, Rayunip does not make an appearance in Age of Resistance, nor is there a naked baby Jen puppet. Also, if you're worried that the show wasn't going to be as dark and scary as the original, don't worry. It's darker and scarier than the original. The Netflix family Twitter account was nice enough to timestamp every scary part in the series, and as you can see, stuff goes down in episode 10. Surprisingly though, they didn't blacklist the scene of the Skeksis peeing out of 3 different pee streams in episode 6 at 28 minutes and 41 seconds. Really makes you think. So, artistically, this series is beautiful, and it needs to do well because it's left open for a season 2, and I want a season 2 to get greenlit. I'm not going to do a plot summary of the whole thing like I did in the first review because I don't want this video to be an hour long, and you should watch it for yourself. I'm not just going to do everything for you, I'm not your mom, but there are some things you should know before you go watching the series. This is kinda spoilery, but I won't spoil that much. So this alien planet is home to these creatures called Gelflings. They can share memories with each other by holding hands, and the girl Gelflings have wings. There's also this other creature called Agura, who's been around since the beginning of the world.
Agra.
She's basically Yoda's sassy grandma. And then out of nowhere, these tree aliens visit, stay with me here, and they crack this very important crystal, and in doing so, they split into 2 different creatures. Their goodness becomes this thing called a mystic, who are dumb, and their bad side become these cool bird monsters called Skeksis, and then the Skeksis took over the entire world, so whoops. None of this is explained in the original movie, and it's not explained in the series until episode 7, but I think that the tree alien backstory should have started the series. which is why I just spoiled it for you. The original 90-minute film already had so much lore, and this new Netflix reboot just added even more lore. There's even a character named Lore. How much lore is there? Speaking of names, there are a lot of made-up words in this series, and sometimes those made-up words are hard to remember. Within the first minute of Age of Resistance, the narrator tells us that there are 7 clans of Gelfling, but then only names 3 because there are only 3 important ones that we should care about. I don't even know the names of the other 4 clans.
One symbol looked a
And
hell
I'm
of a lot
Dark
like the
Crystal
Oblivion symbol.
aficionado. Also, there are like 10 evil bird monsters, all with names like Skekso, Skeksil, Skektek, and Shrek. Granted, most of the time they go by their more common names like Chamberlain or the Emperor, but gosh dang it, I can't even remember some of those names. That's the pussy one, and that's the one that made that weird face in the original movie, and that's the one whose voice does not sound like a Skeksis at all.
Now, what vexes you, child?
Another thing you should know is that I thought this series was pretty slow. Maybe it's because I'm impatient, or I'm used to watching YouTube videos at 2x speeds exclusively, but do you remember in the original movie how there was a scene where the Skeksis ate dinner for 2 whole minutes, and visually it was amazing, but the whole time you're thinking, yeah, I get it. Well, there are a lot of scenes like that in the series. Let's take the beginning of episode 2, for example. It starts with a character we've never seen before, waking up, and putting on his shoes. And making porridge.
Nom nom.
And spilling the porridge on his shirt. And brushing his hair. Then roughing it up. Then grabbing his cleaning supplies. And it's just a whole minute of this unnamed character getting ready for his day. It's just so poor. Just cut it, please! And it wouldn't be that bad if this was the only example, but trust me, there are plenty of examples. I just don't want to spoil any of them for you. Turning a 90-minute movie into a 9-hour TV series, you're going to have some filler or some scenes that don't necessarily drive the plot forward. I get that. Luckily, I found this Chrome plugin that lets you watch Netflix at 2x speed, so
it's all good.
making this video has got me thinking about prequels and how tricky they are to do right. In the original movie, there are only 2 Gelflings left in the entire world. So a prequel that sets up a world with 7 different Gelfling clans, we as an audience know that something's gonna happen, and it ain't gonna look good for the Gelfling. The series also added this MacGuffin Halo sword looking thing that was supposed to save the world, but the whole time watching that I kept thinking, no, that's not how the world is saved. The world's not saved until 1982. Also, there are certain characters that we know can't die because they're in the original movie, but boy does this show make you think some OG characters are gonna die. It almost makes me wish that the writers used the 80s Dark Crystal movie as inspiration and rebooted the series in its own separate universe. Movie reviewers tend to focus a lot on the negatives.
There's
and
Doug.
I don't want to come off as a hater because I really did enjoy this series and I want a season 2 to get made, so let's end this video with some of the things I liked about this series. I like that we got to see the Skeksis with more personality because they were always so over-the-top evil. The Hunter Skeksis was just on a whole new level of cool. All the other Skeksis never came across as threatening. Like look how slow they walk. I could beat them up. But the Hunter Skeksis, oh man, he was awesome. Do you think he'll be my friend? I like that the series didn't tone down the darkness, and if anything, they amplified it. Because everyone like me should have a deep-seated fear of puppets. There are some great nods to the original Dark Crystal, like when the Emperor Skeksis says,
I will never be dust!
but we all know that's the very first thing he does in the original movie. Celadon is a piece of garbage and does not deserve a redemption arc. The voice acting is amazing. There are a lot of talented people voicing these characters, like Luke Skywalker. A YouTuber named Barnaby Dixon, who made these very cool mantis finger puppets, got to work on a scene where the puppets put on a mini puppet show.
That was a great
And that
scene.
was everything I liked about Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So, in conclusion, if you have 9 hours of free time, download the Video Speed Controller plugin, set that bad boy to 2, and save yourself 4.5 hours. But do watch Age of Resistance. Also, executives, if you still need someone to play Rayunip, hey. Good morning, everyone. If you're wondering if this is a sponsored video, it's not. I just thought it was very weird that I made a video about a movie that came out 35 years
so many
ago,
furries.
and then a year later Netflix rebooted it. Isn't that just the crazy world we live in? What? And also, I wasn't exaggerating when I said people would
Apparently
tweet me
the
this
furry
news
fandom
every
has
single day. I
tightly
know,
latched
guys,
onto
you can
James.
stop telling me. I hope you're all having a good holiday, and speaking of holidays, I just wanted to remind everyone that there's some holiday deals going on in the merch store, and you should order them soon so you can get them before Christmas. But if you aren't fast enough, then don't worry, because there's other Odd1sOut merch at Target and Five Below and Hot Topic. And I don't know if they're in select Targets or something, because they're not in mine. But I've had people tweet at me saying that they found my mini plush heads. So the reason this video took almost 2 months to make is because I've been working on a second book. Woo! It won't be available until late March. That is, if I can reach all my deadlines. So we'll see. But you can pre-order it through the link in the description below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this advertisement about the Dark Crystal. Everyone say thank you to the team for working on this video, and wear your seatbelt.
Okay. So, yeah.
I kind of forgot about that. I need to watch that.
I love the original movie, and I really enjoyed the series that they just did. I freaking love puppets, though, so.
Well, yeah, and plus it's the Jim Henson Company. I mean, they're kind of a big deal when it comes to puppets. They're sort of like built on puppets.
I remember we reacted to the trailer, and I was like, dude, I'm super stoked that they're still doing this, like, basically all practical, you know?
See, that's the thing when he was, like, griping about, like, when the podling was, like, going through the morning routine and stuff. Like, I love that crap, because I'm like, man, like, they had to make this thing, and this puppeteer had to do this, and it's like, that's just, to me, is fascinating. Like, I would just watch stuff like that all day. I mean, you know.
Well, it's different. It's, you know, different personalities, different people and everything. Me, I personally, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care about watching something like that because, I mean, let's be honest, it can be pretty interesting seeing the daily routine of something. I mean, people do watch vlog videos, guys. People do watch, like, Casey Neistat take showers on airplanes that they're, like, cost $30,000 to be on. Now, don't get me wrong. People can be just like, oh my gosh, look at the luxury you get for like a $30,000 ticket. But at the same time, it's just like you're literally watching a guy take a shower.
Yep.
That's it.
I will say, I mean, I think there were some improvements because, you know, in the original, the Skeksis, they're just bad. But there's not a lot of character development for most of them, so it's kind of nice to see a little bit of, like, background stuff. I mean, because really, like, the Chamberlain is the fan favorite, and he has the most character development in the original. So it's kind of nice to see the world flesh out a little bit more.
And I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. When I watched Dark Crystal, the first, you know, the Dark Crystal movie back when I was, I didn't know what to make of it.
It's terrifying.
Well, as a kid, I'm just, okay. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the water ship down thing, which terrified me horribly as a child. And then it didn't scar me as a kid, but it did just make me go, wow, this is not 100% my speed. I'm still having fun, but this is some pretty dark stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. I mean, okay. Funny enough, when I heard that they were doing the Netflix series, I was just like, okay, I'm going to go back and watch Dark Crystal and do a refresher. And then I was just like, do I? Am I, though? Like, my brain was just like, and you need to do this, Nate. The other part of my brain is just like, you don't got to do that. And I'm like, no, I really need to do it. No, you don't. No, you don't. And I'm like, I kind of want to. No, wait, it's already too late. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So, yeah, I pretty much talked myself into and then out of watching it about 10 times, and now I haven't watched it, and I'm still mad that I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna refresh myself with the movie since it's a prequel. I'm just gonna go watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Eventually, when I have time.
Eventually.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
like I said, this is one of those things. It's like I kind of care about it, and I hope I don't get it like completely spoiled for me at some point. But if I do, oh well. It's my fault for not watching it sooner. But I will try to watch it eventually. So.
Fair enough. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Netflix series that was also scary for adult James. That was it was The Dark Crystal. So my mistake about that. I didn't see the first one. Like, this one was recommended to us on our Discord. People were just like, "Hey, watch this," and it's like, I didn't know why. Now I know why, because Micah and his talking about how much he loves the Dark Crystal.
I mean, did anybody even know that I liked the Dark Crystal? I don't really. Okay. I didn't know if
When
it'd
we
come up
released the Dark Crystal trailer reaction, you were
Oh.
just you were talking about
before. I love puppets.
yeah. So there you go. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for now.
Mr. Muppets just started playing in my head all of a sudden.
God. So that's all going on in Nick's head. So until next time, everybody, signing off. I'm Nate.
Micah.
We'll see you in the next, everybody. Peace out.